Okay, this is RK again, and I have another request. And they would like me to teach them how to edit manga hair. Um, my very first tutorial on how I do hair is the same process for regardless of anime, manga, or really any type of original. Um, my first tutorial was on a manga, and the hair was white. But this time I'll show you on how I do my hair if the hair is black. And really it's the same thing. The only difference is the hair is black and it's hard to tell where the hair flow is going. And that's really what the process relies on, is where the hair is going. That's gonna make the hair look more make it stand out more. First thing I do is make a new layer and select the hair. I'm basically going to re-show you guys how I do my hair, but on manga with black hair. There really isn't much difference, but I don't mind showing you guys again. Sometimes the hair gets more complicated, complex, and you just can't tell where the hair is going, and that's usually when to the point where you have to kind of defend for yourself on that, because it's really your own judgment on where the hair should be going or will be going if you're going to take or use the process that I have shown you. Usually my mouse does this. I hate it when it does this. It glitches and automatically connects to the other end when I'm not done selecting. So usually what I do is I just take the deselecting tool, which is right next to the selecting tool, and I just deselect it and it works out just fine. So now it's just starting to heat me right now. Okay. Okay. And then again, once you have the hair selected, make a new layer. Okay, I already made a new layer. Okay, well, layer 1. Point brush 1, make sure the color is white. And some originals have what they call hair points, from where the hair is growing from. And it's if you look at people's heads in real life, you'll see what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have to create your own point for where the hair grows, and sometimes it's there for you. It's all about if you can find it or not. If you can't find it, you're gonna have to make your own, but if you keep practicing, you'll eventually get it. Once you get the hang of doing it the way that I'm showing you, it doesn't take long to get the hang of it, get the gist of things. But once you have found the hair point, or you just follow where you think the hair would go. I think it might be going up or sideways or whichever way. Just trying to make sure it all blends together smoothly. Like I said, this process of how I do hair works on any original, because what it's doing is it's making your own layer for color. If you faded your base color, which is the main color of your hair, then you would have to Oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. Okay, I forgot where I was going with that. Like, I completely forgot the whole conversation I was having with myself right now while you were listening. Anyway. Okay, you have that selected. And I basically started the strands because I thought I was going to do my hair black, but I'm not. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm like all confuzzled tonight. Okay, your first layer should be the color you picked that you want the hair. If you want the hair black, it works either way. But this time I want my hair to be but like kind of a purple. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I want my hair to be that. Big brush size, color it in. You really don't even have to fade it because you have to create your own bold lines of shadows. But fade the strand layer. Make this again white strand layer. Base color. And shadow layer. Put it on multiply. Make sure it's the same color that your hair is, and just where you think the bold lines should be is where you would make them. You just really have to follow the hair, and you can fade the white strand layer if you want, or go ahead and put an overlay or soft light. I usually pick overlay, but anyway, blur the shadow layer to really however you like. I'd make a new layer, multiply, maybe around 2 or 3, and I do the same thing again, make my own shadows. Then I'd blur that again to my liking. Then I'd make a new layer on multiply, and I make the point brush 1, and I do the same thing that you did on the white layer, the white strand layer. Let's just go over and follow the hair flow. And this is all by mouse. I do not use a tablet. This is all by mouse, because sometimes I get questions about that a lot. Do you use a tablet? Do you use a pad? And no, this is all by mouse. You can fade that layer to your liking. Sometimes when it gets to like this, I would add more highlights. And what I would do is make a new layer. I'd go white, because usually that's a good color. Or you can use the same color, but instead of multiply, you would do linear dodge, and wherever you think highlights would be, or wherever you want highlights to be, is where you'd add them. And once you get to your liking, you can blur that. And usually I like to add the highlight underneath the shadow layer because it makes it pop more. And see. And like I said, I usually multiply, new layer, is I usually darken all around the edges, and it makes it, I think, stand out more, in my opinion. And then I blur that to my liking. If it's too dark, then I go in and add more highlights, linear dodge, and I'd add smaller highlights to places where I think are too dark. And then I'd blur that. And I showed you how I usually do my highlights, or 2 ways to do highlights, either by this way or by the pen tool. But either way it works. An overlay or soft light, and you can blur it. But wherever you like. Sometimes, majority of the time, I like on my character, I usually use the pen tool to make highlights. And what I do is I do the pen tool, and I'd go to Freedom pen tool and Paths, and I just make my own highlights throughout the hair. And I'd make a good brush size point, maybe a 2, usually a 2. And I'd go to Stroke Path, Brush, Stimulate Pressure, click OK, and maybe add Screen or Overlay or whatever I think would make it stand out more. And so yeah, that's my tutorial on how to do manga hair. When the hair is dark and you need to make your own hair. I could have spent some more time on the dark shadowing of strands, because they can see it's very obvious the my stroke movements are. But yeah, that's my tutorial. If you have any questions, you can comment me, message me. You can even go to my roleplayer me, which is roleplayer me 42609, and comment, message, add me there, whichever works best for you. I am open to all requests, anything that I'm capable of doing. Hope this helps, and hope you guys have a good day. Bye.